Hi, I'm Janet. I'm the hot mess car medium, and this is where we get into all of it. This is the show for moms who feel everything, sense everything, and are still trying to figure out what to do with all of that. Some episodes will make you laugh, some might make you cry, and some might make you check if your lights are flickering. So grab your coffee and buckle up, Buttercup. Hey, welcome back. I'm Janet, and this is the hot mess car medium, and today we're talking about the hot mess part. Because I feel like the episodes in 1 and 2 were probably a little dramatic, like cinematic, like Hollywood. Like there's this dream, and then there's a phone call, and then my grandma's a ghost, and then I'm like, oh, this all makes sense. And it genuinely was all of those things. And I also have ADHD and a small child and a husband, and all of this point still thought the whole medium thing was a bit much, so let's talk about what actually look like from the inside. Nobody tells you that spiritual awakenings don't respect, school runs, sick days, doctor's visits. Yeah, it doesn't wait until you've had a coffee and it's like, oh, we'll just give her some time before she woke up. No, it doesn't care if you have 17 tabs open, can't remember which one has the thing you actually need, doesn't care if you have to, close the books for your business because the fiscal year is ending. No, it doesn't do that. It just shows up in the car, in the shower at 2 a.m. when you have to be up at 6 and maybe your daughter, wet the bed, threw up, whatever. It just shows up. And when you have ADHD, your nervous system is already doing its own thing on a good day. And then adding this whole I think I might be a medium into the mix is really a lot. My brain was already running 17 different conversations at once, followed by a running tab of what we needed to get from Costco and what is the new size of clothing my daughter's gonna need because we gotta move the other stuff. Just normal everyday things that I had to deal with, but also be like, hey, dead people are saying what's up. Awesome. Fantastic. Great. Totally fine. Like that meme of the dog just sitting there like, this is fine. That was me. I feel that. I have it printed out because it feels like me sometimes, even still. And I want to be honest about it because I think there's a version of this story that gets told where the person having the awakening is serene and grounded, and they do yoga and they have matcha afterward and meditate for 20 minutes. And that just wasn't me. I was in the car all the time, thus the hot mess car medium. I'm still in the car all the time. I was always rushing. I was probably late. I was also apparently a medium. Cool, let's add that to the list of, carry snacks, talk to dead people. Sweet. And the thing about ADHD that I've come to understand about myself is, and it took a long time, is that the nervous system dysregulation isn't just a funny quirk like, she's so ditzy. It's exhausting. Like genuinely physically exhausting in a way that's really hard to explain to somebody who doesn't have it. You're processing everything louder than everyone else, all at the same time. Every sensation, every emotion, every shift in energy in a room, I feel that. And it also turns out that's kind of exactly what mediumship asks of you. You just kind of have to roll with it. So your nervous system has to be sensitive enough to pick things up. And mine was already doing that. It just didn't have a name yet. I've thought about this a lot. And whether my ADHD and my mediumship are connected or whether they just happen to live in the same body, I don't know. But I'm starting to believe that there is a connection. And we need to do more research on that. So that would be great if somebody could go ahead and do that. It's 2026, so let's throw some money behind this, huh? The same part of me that gets overwhelmed in a crowded room that picks up on the vibe shift before anyone else notices, or that can't filter any background noises and feels everything at full volume. That's the same part of me that can feel when someone who isn't there anymore is trying to get something through. The sensitivity isn't the problem. The sensitivity is the whole thing. It just needed somewhere to go. It needed a framework. It needed someone like Kristen to pick up the phone and say, hey, your grandma's here. She's calling you, mi niña, and she says you could do this. Because once I had that, once I knew that the sensitivity had a purpose, it wasn't just my nervous system being difficult, it changed everything. Not immediately, and it wasn't neat, but it did shift. Now, I want to give my husband a lot of credit, not just some, a lot of credit, because he has been on this incredibly long, winding journey. We went from, I don't believe in that, no way that I'm going there, when I told him I wanted to see a medium, to, hey, do you feel something in this house? When we were looking for homes. And can you feel anything if we go to this house? And I think that's one of my favorite character developments in my whole story. He didn't get it at first, and I don't blame him. It's a lot to take on board, and I struggled with it. So when your wife is telling you that she thinks she talks to dead people and your first response is probably not amazing, tell me everything, it takes time. It takes watching. It takes seeing the thing be real enough times that you can't explain it away anymore. And somewhere along the way, he stopped explaining it away. Now he's like, hey, can you do this over the phone? Like, that's cool. You don't have to be in person. Hey, let's do Reiki. Hey, heal me. And I think Mama Rosa finds this amazing and hilarious at the same time, because we've both gone on this journey together, very different journeys, but he's just right there, so supportive. And I love you, honey. I love you. So I want to say something about the car specifically, because it's the name of the podcast for a reason. The car is where I process things. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm always doing videos from my car, because it's just where I think. It's where I've had some of my most important realizations, the weirdest moments, my classes for mediumship and Akashic records and Reiki, everything. It was just in my car. And even the clearest connections came in my car. I do readings from my car. It's just something about driving and the rhythm and finding your hands are busy, but your mind can wander while you're driving. That works really well for my brain. And you're not supposed to be doing anything else. There's no laundry, there's no cooking, there's no let's get all of the clothes that don't fit anymore out of her closet and get some more. There's nothing like that. There's no to-do list. It's just you and the road and whatever comes through, which is great. And a lot does come through. So I'm not that medium sitting in a candlelit studio with crystals everywhere. I mean, I do have crystals, and it's another thing my husband is very supportive about. But I also have a car seat in the back and some very old, questionable goldfish crackers under them. And that's just my reality. That's the hot mess car medium. I mean, it's part of my life. And that's the point, I think, for me. Because if I can do this scattered and rushing and ADHD and covered in goldfish crackers and I'm late, but I'm still there, then maybe you can too. You know, I'm ADHD and you can too. Maybe this gift doesn't require you to have it all together at first. It just requires you to be honest about where you actually are, if that makes sense. So the next episode, I'm going to talk to you about how good Luna healing became a real thing, and how the nervous system work and the mediumship and the Reiki all found each other and became something intentional instead of just random things that are lumped together. But I do want to leave you with this today. Your sensitivity is not your problem. Whatever you've been told about being too much, too intense, too emotional, too easily overwhelmed, it's not a flaw. It's a frequency, and frequencies can be tuned. I'm Janet, this is the Hot Mess Car Medium, and I'll see you in the next one.